$45 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hey guys, this is Kathy, Brian's wife. Last year I got Brian a MyPillow for Christmas and it was his favorite present.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, I loved MyPillow so much, I got you one and Emily one the following week. And then a few months later, I got a MyPillow pet bed for our dog Nina.
Our entire household sleeps on a MyPillow, and I have to say, a MyPillow will give you
Good
the
morning,
best
everyone.
sleep of your life.
It's not just height. There's a reason the MyPillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper and you will wake up rested.
If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a MyPillow is the way to go.
And if you know someone with pets, a MyPillow pet bed is a great gift.
There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift.
Good
for
morning,
everyone
everyone.
on
Here
your
we
list.
go. Make
And
sure
it will
you
be shipped
subscribe if you
directly
don't.
to the recipient.
When you order at MyPillow.com, make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for great radio discounts, like the BOGO 2-for-1 MyPillow offer. Buy one MyPillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout.
This Christmas,
Good
make
morning.
it a MyPillow Christmas.
Order at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. From our house to your house. Merry Christmas.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust.
Where is that
$350 for
commercial?
single people, $450 for married couples.
Okay.
When you complete your
Good
trust with
morning.
attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in
16th
Coral
already.
Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight till 6 a.m., 7 nights a week. To call the show toll-free, 1...
Oh, yeah. All right, welcome, everyone. Welcome. It's Monday morning. My name is Brian Craig. We are back here live. You rested over the weekend? I am. You know what I do to rest over the weekend? Do you know what I do? I take a break from the cable news. I take a break from the news. And you won't... They hate Trump on Friday. They're going to hate him on Monday morning, unless something breaking happens over the weekend. And enough of this damned interview with J. Edgar Comey and Chris Wallace. You know, Fox News is promoting this Chris Wallace interview with Comey as if he got the truth out of Comey. Didn't get jack out of Comey. Got Comey to repeat things he said before, said nothing else. And they're doing all these victory laps. Chris Wallace. I can't stand Chris Wallace. You got goosebumps still, Wallace? You know, Chris Wallace thinks he's somebody. And the only reason Chris Wallace is on television is one reason and one reason only. His daddy was a legend in the news business with 60 Minutes, Mike Wallace. If his dad wasn't Mike Wallace, if he was working in television, he'd be at some small market television station on the weekends reporting on, birthday parties and car accidents or something. He certainly wouldn't be questioning directors of this and presidents and all these things with his high horse. He's like Meghan McCain without the fat and the boobs is what he is, right? These it's what he is. Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness, I tell you, Meghan McCain and Chris Wallace, they think they are so important and they think they're somebody. Well, your daddies were important, but you two are just a couple of entitlement babies. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome. It is the 16th day of December 2019. Steve Kane will be back today. Steve, over the weekend, saw the Richard Jewell movie, and I'm looking forward to hearing his review of it because I did not see the Richard Jewell movie. I will see it eventually, but on my movie-going list this week, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker on Friday, so I'm going to have to see that. As soon as I get off the air Friday, I'll, be heading to the movie theater to see the new Star Wars movie. But Steve will be talking to us about this Richard Jewell movie. Did any of you catch it over the weekend? So I'm looking forward to hearing his review of that because the media are, I don't know where it's playing. Is it in wide release? Because the only story I've seen about, let me go to moviephone.com and see. The only stories I've seen about the Richard Jewell movie this morning is that it's a box office bomb. A box office bomb. I don't know. How many theaters is it in? It's getting a lot of negative publicity. And everything Clint Eastwood does is good. It's spectacular. Moviephone won't pull up on my computer. What's going on, Moviephone? Well, I'll check it out. I'll see how many places it's playing locally. But yeah, the media hate the Richard Jewell movie because it exposes them and exposes the deep state for everything that they've been doing these days, and they don't want that out there. But I'm trying to find it. Let me go to Moviephone again. Let me try Moviephone again. Oh, of course, Netflix comes right up. Oh, yeah. Let me see here. No, it's not coming up. Well, I'll have to find something else. Let's see. Local theaters. Let me put up and see what websites come up. I don't know. I'll have to find it during the break. Oh, let me go to Fandango. I haven't been to Fandango. You know, the thing with movies, one of the things that has me not going to movies so much is I don't like this thing now where you've got to buy your tickets in advance. You know, because to me, going to the movies is kind of like a spur of the moment thing. I don't think about it too much in advance. I just, okay, let's go to the movies. And, well, it's playing. It seems to be playing at all the local theaters. It's playing there. Let me see. Yeah, it's playing at all the local theaters. It's in wide release here in South Florida. So you can't blame that on the box office response. I don't know. But I remember what was that great? Yeah, you have to reserve seats. I don't like that. They started doing that, I don't know, a few years back. And I remember one of the Mission Impossible, the first time I ran into trouble with this, I don't go to the movies very often. I really don't. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year I'll go to the movies. I used to go to the movies every weekend. And then I guess I grew up. I just don't, I'm not into the movies. I'm just not into it. But one of the Mission Impossibles was out. The one where Tom Cruise is hanging off the side of the airplane during takeoff. Remember that? And my daughter and I, it was a Saturday afternoon. I'm like, let's go to the movies. Let's go to the movies. And, of course, we knew you had to buy the tickets online. And all the theaters in our neighborhood were sold out for, like, every showing for the rest of the day. This was, like, 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We did find a theater that was about a 30-minute drive away, which is far. I mean, we've got so many movie theaters in our neighborhood. It's crazy. And we had to drive about 30 or so minutes away to go and see it. And I hate that. It's a good scam that the movie business have going on because the movie business ain't what it used to be because people have such great televisions and sound and pictures and things come out on television so fast now. And, you know, that people don't really want to go to the movies. So one of the reasons they've done this, buying the tickets in advance, reserving your seats and picking your seats and all of this is it's capitalism. The socialists in Hollywood, of course, are capitalist, and it's to create scarcity and demand for that, and that probably helps a lot. Oh boy! But when I go and see Star Wars on Friday, it'll be we get off the air at 9. I'll go to the first showing I can get into after that. You know, around 10 or 10:30. You know, at those times of days, you really don't need to reserve seats so much. But once you get in the afternoon and beyond and the weekends, forget about it. It's really a racket going on. But anyway, yeah, the movie theater is very expensive. I remember I took my daughter. This was to one of the Avenger movies. This was years ago. I mean, this was, I don't know, close to 8, 9, 10 years ago. And we went to see one of the Avengers. I took my daughter and 2 of her friends and me. And I got tickets and popcorn and drinks for everyone. And it was $80. I'm not kidding. It was $80. I couldn't believe it. $80. You know, and that's crazy. Crazy. Of course, I had my daughter's friends. I didn't want to deny them anything. If it was just me and my daughter, I would have, you know, no, don't get that, don't get this. Probably, but $80. I know, that's crazy. I didn't know it was going to be that much, or I probably wouldn't have taken everybody. you know, and the days of affordable movies, they put out an inferior product. They make you work to get the seats, and then they charge you through the nose to give you their liberal crap on screen, and it's just not for me. I would rather, if I'm going to wait for their liberal crap, I'll wait until I get it on television. Oh boy, I know. I tell you, and Hollywood has become so preachy and anti-man now. But anyway, so Steve saw Richard Jewell, and when he gets here today, he'll give us his take and review on it. I am sure it is a masterpiece. After all, it is Clint Eastwood. And Clint Eastwood's movies, I've never seen a Clint Eastwood movie that was bad except Paint Your Wagon, and that wasn't really him. I mean, Paint Your Wagon with Clint Eastwood and Lee Marvin. He didn't direct or write that garbage, did he? But other than Paint Your Wagon, the movies that he's directed in his later years since the 90s have been spectacular. But what was that movie? Mystic River, that was the one. Mystic River is one of Clint Eastwood's masterpiece films. And this was a great moment in radio, which I did look on YouTube in the past and couldn't find it, what I'm about to tell you. But I haven't looked for this in a long time. I'll see if I can find it. But when Mystic River came out, which is an incredible movie by Clint Eastwood, it starred Tim Robbins, Sean Penn, and I can't remember who else. Who was the third person? Sean Penn, I can't remember. But anyway, it was around the time that the war in Iraq in 04-ish, that George W. Bush presidency era was going on. And, of course, Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon, thank you very much. And Tim Robbins and Sean Penn in particular, was a big anti-Bush person. Remember Sean Penn went to Iraq before the war with his little camera to do an inspection tour for weapons of mass destruction? That's true. I'm not kidding. He did. And Michael Savage was on the air ripping the box office returns of Mystic River. Does anybody remember what I'm about to tell you about? And how it was bombing at the box office, Mystic River, because of these liberal jerks that were in it, Sean Penn and Tim Robbins. And just coincidentally, listening on the radio in Carmel was Clint Eastwood himself. And spontaneously, Clint Eastwood was listening to Savage, picked up the phone, called Savage live on the air, and set Michael Savage straight about the box office returns. And I have looked for this on YouTube in the past. I've not seen it. I'll look during the break. But Michael Savage was taken to the woodshed by Clint Eastwood, and it was a great moment. I heard it back at the time when it happened, and it blew my mind. I'm going to see if I can find that audio. And what an embarrassing moment for Michael Savage. If Clint Eastwood called me on the air and was taking me to task, I would be very upset with myself because I love Clint Eastwood. It would be like William Shatner or Mark Hamill calling me and taking me to the woodshed on the air. I would not be happy about it. It would hurt me right here in the heart. But I'll look for that. If any of you can find that online, find it for me. I'll see if I can play it on the air. I'd like to play that. Clint Eastwood calling Michael Savage and taking Mike Savage to the woodshed about Mystic River. But anyway, there's stories everywhere about how Richard Jewell is a box office bomb. I don't know if that is true. I don't know if I accept the story. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I'm not sure I accept the story because the media hate this movie because it exposes the fake news media, and it also brings out how the deep state work with the fake news media to push an agenda. So and they've been attacking this movie for months. So I'm highly suspect of the news stories that Richard Jewell is a box office bomb. All right, listen, it's Monday morning. We're back live. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, 19 minutes after 6. We'll take our first break of the week. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Owners, would you like to save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save money, but how? By calling Debbie at I Will Advisors, that's how, and have her review your homeowner's policy. Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for you. So what are you waiting for? Call Debbie at I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and
Let me see if I can find that.
For those of you who are at-risk patients, I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. With the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic
Internet's running a little
made
slow this
specially
morning,
for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name-brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth.
The whole world has changed since the appearance of talk radio and the internet, the Drudge Report.
Yeah, this is it. Let me see.
You got to remember, no matter what the midstream media says about the state, we're the only ones back to the beginning. We are what America's about. Because the Savage is my birthday, and I'm entitled to. Go ahead, you're on the Savage Nation. What's up?
Dr. Savage, first off, I'd like to say that I've been able to experience many to top the list. I started listening to you.
Remember that?
Yeah, it was the first time that I tuned in, and I can't remember if I was still in college. Do what?
The ads for male enhancement. Didn't really listen, but I happen to know the Academy Award. And so he can't tell them in Hollywood that he actually loves listening to me. But what's making you call tonight? I'm not following this.
Right. I wanted to, the whole point was is I used to consider myself a conservative.
Can't find it.
And when I went there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for that, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Oh, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey,
I can't find the call. I don't have time to look.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, we're back. I'm Brian. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. If any of you, I tried finding it during the break. I couldn't find it, but I don't have much time during the break. If anyone can find for me Clint Eastwood's call to Michael Savage on the Mystic River, send that to me, and I'll see if I can play it on the air. I could use some help looking that up, though. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. You know, this impeachment trial, listen, they may not have the House votes to impeach Trump. They say they're going to vote this week. They may not have the votes. Okay? There are multiple Democrats who are standing up, saying no. And, you know, those Democrats that are standing up for good reasons, that they can give courage to others. And let me tell you, if Nancy Pelosi, the House Madam, she is a House Madam. Is she not a House Madam? She's Madam of the House. She's the top House Madam in the world. And there's no greater group of whores than the House of Representatives, right? I think we can agree on that. But if Nancy Pelosi, think about this, if she called for an impeachment vote and it failed, what would that do? What would that be like? You know, people just assume, oh, they never have votes. Yeah, the media, I remember when Obamacare came in, you know, the media was reporting that it failed in the Supreme Court vote. If if they have the vote in the House and it fails, which I do think is a possibility, is it not? Do you not think it's possible? Indeed it is. What would that mean, and what would that do to the I mean, I think they would be in such complete shock in the media that they would not even know how to report it. It would take them probably 20 minutes after the no votes came in to really for it to hit them, and they would be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe, this happened. But what would happen in the aftermath of that? Right? What would happen in the aftermath of that would be a lot of fun. I mean, there's no getting around that. I mean, I would love that vote to come back no, and impeachment does not pass. If you think election night was something, wait until you see that vote come in and it doesn't pass. Now, my wife just sent me, this is an interesting thing. Richard Jewell on Rotten Tomatoes. When it comes to reviews, I don't really pay attention to movie reviews. And I haven't since I was a kid, because I realized that not just that the media are a bunch of jerks, but film critics are all frustrated screenwriters, right? Film critics all have screenplays. No one will buy them. No one's interested. So they criticize all the other movies that are coming out. So I've never really trust film reviews. I do go to Rotten Tomatoes. And the reason I go to Rotten Tomatoes is because you get the audience reviews. And I think that's more accurate. And if it's something I'm not sure about, as much money as it costs to go to the movies, I have gone to Rotten Tomatoes. And like there was a movie with Bruce Willis years ago, Looper, that time travel movie. And I love Bruce Willis, and I love time travel science fiction movies. And I went on Rotten Tomatoes, and it had like 35% of audience liked it. So I'm like, oh, forget it. I'm not going to go waste the money. I'll wait for television. And you know what? I've still never seen Looper. So I find when I go to a movie, the Rotten Tomatoes score of audience members is accurate. And Richard Jewell, the audience score is 96%. So that means 96% of people who have seen the movie, ticket-paying people, like the movie and are recommending the movie and give it a positive rating. 96%, and I got to tell you, 96% is one of the highest audience scores I've ever seen for a movie. It's very difficult to get up in that range. The other 4% are probably liberals that were taken along to see it, but 96%, that is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Well, hopefully we'll find out if Steve's one of the 96% or one of the 4%. Well, I already know. I know he liked the movie. I'll spoil that much. But we'll get the details of it when Steve gets here. So, if this impeachment vote, they're just assuming it's going to pass, and maybe it will. Maybe it's more likely than not that it'll pass. But to me, it seems as we get closer to the vote, I hear Democrats becoming more and more vocally opposed to voting in favor of impeachment. And when this impeachment vote comes down, one thing we know for a fact, that the bipartisan vote will be on the no to impeachment. That yes on impeachment, if it passes, will be hardcore partisan, which is not how you want to impeach a president, right? And if that vote fails, it would probably be the most devastating moment any Speaker of the House has ever experienced. It would be over for Nancy Pelosi. But Lindsey Graham over the weekend, let me play this clip of Lindsey Graham. He was talking about a trial in the Senate. Listen. Now, as with the first clip, I always have the volume down on the first. Here we go.
I clearly made up my mind. I'm not trying to hide the fact that I stand for the accusations in the process, so I don't need any witnesses. The president can make a request to call witnesses. They can make a request to call Mike Pence and Pompeo and Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. I am ready to vote on the underlying articles. I don't really need to hear a lot of witnesses.
Yeah. And, if they do vote yes on impeachment and it goes to the Senate, McConnell should just take a damn vote. Take the damn vote. All right? don't have a trial with witnesses and just take the damn vote and let's see how it comes down right then and there. You know, the media are pushing hardcore for an impeachment trial for a couple of reasons. One, they hate Trump, okay, and they want to screw Trump, and they want to bring, you know, as much slander as they can. But, you know, the media, this is ratings gold. This is like the Super Bowl World Cup. An impeachment trial, they assume, will have humongous ratings based on the 98 impeachment of Bill Clinton. And I'm not so sure that it will. An impeachment trial in the Senate. And when I say by will have high ratings. I think people are so tired and disgusted by the Democrats and the cable news. I was watching that Fox show yesterday with Howie Kurtz, the media show. And he had one guest on, and they were talking about why congressional hearings don't go anywhere, and people don't watch them. People don't watch them. These impeachment hearings that have been going on for the last, I don't know, couple of months. How long since Schiff started his Star Chamber? But these televised hearings that have been going on the last few weeks, people don't watch them. And the guest on Kurtz made a very good point. They have these sound bites of congressional hearings from years gone by, in particular the McCarthy hearings. And he pointed out, you know, these were lines that people read about in the newspapers. They weren't sitting in front of their televisions as a nation watching these hearings. It seems that way because Hollywood makes such a big deal about McCarthy. But it wasn't that way, you know. And these sound bites that you hear from this hearing or that hearing, please. Congressional hearings accomplish very little. They're terminally boring. Most Americans always hate Congress because Congress is a bunch of do-nothings. They sit around and jibber-jab. They just talk. And people want their government to do things, not just talk. And, you know, President Trump has raised the standard of what is expected of politicians to a level it's never been raised to before. And what President Trump has done is the standard people expect from elected officials now is to work, right? Not just talk, to actually work and do things. And the Congress doesn't do anything except have endless hearings and talk amongst themselves. And people are really bored and tired of that. And this impeachment, if the House votes down impeachment, the Democrats that vote no will have long futures in politics. You know, Nancy Pelosi is going to, regardless of how this impeachment vote turns out, she's going to be out as Speaker probably in the 2020 election. I mean, there's such a rage in this country by not just Trump people and Republicans, but a lot of Democrats and those undecided independents and all these people at what the government is doing to this president who's giving us this incredible economy and brought back American pride and building the wall and all these things that we elected him to do. Nancy Pelosi is going to go out as Speaker of the House on such a low note. You know, she's been involved in politics her entire life. And like John McCain, who was involved in politics since he came back from Vietnam in the 70s, you know, they spend their lives in politics and then they go out like losers. You know, and that's really what Nancy Pelosi is doing. She's going to go out as a loser because she's let these kids in the squad, the commie bartender and all the rest, push her into doing things that the majority of people don't want them to do. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. It's Monday. We're back live. Steve back today. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. Don't go anywhere.
Did you know that your skin is your largest organ? Yet, it's probably the most neglected. Living in South Florida means having an annual checkup for skin cancer is vital. We live in the Sunshine State after all, and our skin bears the brunt of the sunshine. It's time to have your annual skin checkup. There's no better doctor to take care of this for you than Dr. Jose Mendez. Dr. Mendez is a board-certified dermatologist, and when it comes to caring for your skin and making sure that it is healthy as possible and skin cancer-free, you want Dr. Mendez as your personal dermatologist. Dr. Mendez is caring and very knowledgeable. Your annual skin cancer exam is covered by Medicare. Dr. Mendez also takes most other insurances. Steve KANE recently had his annual skin cancer checkup. It was easy breezy. Dr. Mendez examined him from head to toe, took off a few things, and now Steve is good to go. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681. When you call, make sure to ask for Sarah. She takes extra good care of Steve KANE listeners and will get you an appointment fast. Early detection of skin cancer can save your life. Call Dr. Mendez right now at 954-431-7681. 954-431-7681.
For the best wings in this town, it's Wings Plus. Wings that are first grilled and then fried to make them extra crispy, served with blue cheese and
Hey, guys.
celery. Try the Jamaican jerk, the lemon pepper wings, the honey mustard wings, the garlic wings, and 15 other varieties. That's Wings Plus, located at 9880 Sample Road in Coral Springs with a politically elite meat.
Hey guys, this is Kathy, Brian's wife. Last year I got Brian a MyPillow for Christmas and it was his favorite present.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, I loved MyPillow so much, I got you one and Emily one the following week. And then a few months later, I got a MyPillow pet bed for our dog Nina.
Our entire household sleeps on a MyPillow, and I have to say, a MyPillow will give you the best sleep of your life.
It's not just height. There's a reason the MyPillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper and you will wake up rested.
If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a MyPillow is the way to go.
And if you know someone with pets, a MyPillow pet bed is a great gift.
There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list, and they can be shipped directly to the
Good
recipient.
morning, everyone. Make sure you
Order at
subscribe.
MyPillow.com. Make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for great radio discounts like the BOGO 2-for-1 MyPillow offer. Buy one MyPillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout.
This Christmas, make it a MyPillow Christmas.
Order at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. From our house to your house. Merry Christmas.
The Steve KANE Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law Group, with 9 offices in South Florida, inclinging Boca Raton.
Oh, yeah, Wayne Williams, right on the money. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube.
Call 1-855
Subscribe, click the notification bell.
3782. Listen.
Yes, yes. We are back. That's right. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve KANE Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. On the radio since 1977. Steve back today. MyPillow. Counting down till Christmas. You know, MyPillow, when you order at MyPillow.com, you use that promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. You've been hearing me talk about these incredible deals. Express shipping is available. Don't worry about getting so close to Christmas that it will not arrive on time. That is not the case. There is express shipping available at MyPillow.com. So take advantage of that. And when you click on the radio listener special, if you do this right now, you'll see it. On top of the incredible savings when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, you can also receive another $10 off your order. You'll see the window pop up on how to save another $10 off your order on top of what you'll save when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. And, you know, MyPillow is the most out-of-the-closet pro-Donald Trump company in America. Mike Lindell's absolutely amazing. So when you purchase these MyPillow products and you use that promo code KANE at checkout, KANE, you get all these incredible deals. You're not just supporting this program, which we are very happy that you're doing, and thank you for your support of the show, the most pro-Donald Trump radio show in America, the Steve Kane Show. You're also promoting the most pro-Trump company in America, and that's MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com, use the promo code KANE at checkout, and if you click the radio listener special, you'll see the window pop up to save an additional $10 off. You know, and think about that. If you get the pet bed, for example, $19.99 for pet beds when you use the promo code KANE, you get $10 off. That's $9.99. I know. It's a great deal, isn't it? And that $10 applies to all of the specials that you use the promo code KANE on. So save $10 off the already discounted price, the 2-for-1 MyPillow offer, the Giza sheets. Save up to $400 off the MyPillow mattress when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout. That body pillow, usually $90, get it for $29.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout. And you know what? That body pillow, normally it's $90. When you use the promo code KANE at checkout, just $29.99. But with that extra $10, you're getting it for $19.99. And it's a full-length MyPillow, the length of a body. Again, use that promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. And on the phone, also use the promo code KANE. Now, have you seen this story about the West Point, and then this is the headline, West Point and the Naval Academy are investigating students giving hand gesture tied to white supremacy during Army-Navy broadcast. This is that OK sign that the media and the left claim is a white supremacy logo, the OK sign. I don't know what that's about, but Reuters reporting, officials from two of America's top military academies are investigating the intentions of students at both their schools who flashed hand symbols associated with white power while on national television, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. Service Academy students from West Point and the Naval Academy were seen giving the OK sign behind ESPN's Reese Davis during a pregame show for the annual Army-Navy football game. This OK sign, this is so ridiculous. So the first story I get about the Army-Navy game, the president attended, and President Trump gets a welcome that, I mean, a welcome as big as if it was a Trump rally by our Army-Navy cadets and everybody else in attendance. They gave him a standing ovation. So then all of a sudden, later in the same day, all of a sudden, they're white supremacist, and now there's an investigation looking into, because they want this, they're punishing the cadets of Annapolis and of West Point for cheering the president. Okay? So because they supported the president with that incredible welcome for their commander-in-chief, now all of a sudden they're investigating them and labeling them white supremacist. That's what they're doing. And so far as this OK sign, I remember Eddie Murphy, when he was the big box office success, gave that sign all the time. Right? Used to do it at the end of movies. So if it's a sign of white supremacy, why does Eddie Murphy do it? In fact, I just typed in, and here's all kinds of here's Eddie Murphy on the Today Show doing the OK sign. Now, I don't know why people, young people, do the OK sign when they take pictures. I see a lot of young people, they stick their tongues out and make funny faces now when they take Instagram selfies. I noticed that anytime a girl, a female of any age, takes a picture now, they all put their one leg on the tippy toe and stretch it out. You see this? I don't know why people do things in pictures that they do. But that OK sign, to me, is just that. It means OK. Why they do the OK sign in photographs, I don't know. But a lot of people do, including Eddie Murphy. Yeah, the duck lips during I don't know why people do duck lips. I don't know. but it's just a damn okay sign. And of course they're calling them white supremacists because they supported the president. And the left and the media have a narrative that the president is a white supremacist and those who support him are white supremacists. And what a terrible way for the media and the left to label our military cadets. Here you've got young men and women will soon be leading men and women in the combat zones of the war on terror that goes on and on and on. And they're accusing them of being white supremacists because they give the okay sign. When did the okay sign become a symbol of white supremacy? The okay sign is something we've all seen. We've all done it. White, black, Eskimo. And Eddie Murphy made it famous and at the end of all of his movies. Did he do it in Trading Places? I know he did the okay sign in Beverly Hills Cop. Did he do it in Trading Places? I think he did at the end of Trading Places. It was kind of like Eddie Murphy's okay sign was kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's I'll be back. It became his signature. Like Alfred Hitchcock was in every movie. Eddie Murphy gives the okay sign. But now it's a symbol of white supremacy because they dared to give a standing ovation to the president and cheered him on, their commander-in-chief, because they support their commander-in-chief and show it. Of course, they're white supremacists. Come on. I'm so sick and tired of the media. I don't know when this became. Let me Google it. Okay sign, symbol of white supremacy. Let me just Google that and see what comes up. My internet's been working a little slow this morning. That's why I couldn't pull up. Okay, here's an article on it from 2018. Is the okay sign a white power symbol? Let me read this article. It says here, from its adoption first by white nationalists and then by 4chan trolls intent on triggering the libs, the well-known hand signal's use points to deeper concerns, the okay sign. Oh my goodness. How many of you have been out with friends and you yell far away for something? Hey, I'll meet you at the car, and they give you the okay sign? That's a symbol of white supremacy now. Oh my goodness. The social media-driven controversy over the meaning of the well-known okay hand sign has arisen in part as the result of a deliberate hoax on the internet message board 4chan, which in addition to its well-earned reputation as a gateway to the racist alt-right is perhaps more broadly known as the home of trolling culture. So, without reading any further, so now the media and the Democrats are using 4chan as a source of what the okay sign means. Does the word okay, is that also, and by the way, what is that supposed to mean? The okay sign is a symbol of white supremacy. What about white supremacy is it symbolizing? Does anyone know what this BS story is all about? All right, let's take our last break of the first hour. It's Monday morning. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll take a break and be back.
Medical billing sticker shock. Ever have that happen to you? You go to your mailbox and get a bill for a routine test, and you owe lots of money. You thought it was covered by your insurance, but it wasn't. The cost of healthcare shouldn't break your budget, and you know what? It doesn't have to. This is Brian Craig, and I want to save you a lot of money on lab tests, like cholesterol test, diabetes test, thyroid screenings, drug test, STD test, and whatever other test you need. These are common lab tests that can cost hundreds of dollars if you go to your doctor's office or to one of the big labs. But there is a solution at any lab test now of Plantation where you will save money, big money on medical tests. Save time too, in and out in 15 minutes or less. Avoid medical billing sticker shock. I've been going to any lab test now at Plantation for years now for my lab test, and they've saved me thousands of dollars on my test. If you have any questions or want a quote on a lab test, give them a call. 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072. 1072. The Any Lab Test Now with Plantation staff will answer any questions you have, or just stop by. No appointment is needed. No doctor's order or prescription either. Any Lab Test Now with Plantation is located in the Jacaranda Plaza. That's the public shopping center in Plantation, just west of University Drive, on the north side of Sunrise Boulevard. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show. 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072. For Any Lab Test Now of Plantation.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities, I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you to call Debbie at I Will Advisors and have her review your homeowner's insurance policy and save you money on your insurance premium. I'm in studio today with a Steve Kane listener.
Yeah, my phone overheated that I was streaming Facebook on.
She looked over my homeowner's insurance policy and told me I was paying way too much. She updated my policy.
Because I was charging it in streaming because the battery was low, so I'm charging it now without streaming. It overheated.
Because my insurance premium is part of my monthly mortgage payment.
Thanks, Don, and I'm glad Debbie can save you all that money. You can save money, too. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Have her review your policy and lower your homeowner's insurance premium. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All righty. We're back. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, I'm a military guy from the 90s.
Okay.
That OK game seems to be a ball gazing game. You can do that symbol below your waist, and if you get caught looking, the guy behind you will smash you.
Oh, because he's looking at your business. So a guy's checking. That sounds kind of homophobic. They probably don't do that these days because half the guys are, going both ways, it seems.
Basically what it was back then.
Yeah.
Some of his recent military, they still do it. They do it in pictures all the time.
Yeah. Well, people do it outside of the military. Okay, all right, appreciate it. He's got one line, he can't, it's like a robot going back to the same. Appreciate the call, though. Yeah. So it's ridiculous. Now, I have been looking, and I've not been able to find it, and no one has sent it to me, so I'm guessing some of you others couldn't find it either. I was talking about at the start of the show at 6 about Clint Eastwood called and took Michael Savage to the woodshed about Mystic River box office returns because liberals were in it at the time, liberal activists, and I can't find it online. So we don't know. Did Michael Savage scrub that from the internet? I do not know if he scrubbed that from the internet, but if somebody can find that, I'd love to hear that call again. I heard it way back in the day, and I have looked for it in the past. I looked for it briefly this morning, but I don't have time to research, so I'm not going to say definitively yet. But if anyone can find the Clint Eastwood call to Mike Savage on Mystic River, message it to me on one of the social media platforms, and then let me know you messaged it to me. Then I'll see if I can play it on the air. But it seems to be gone. Yeah. So anyway, so they're investigating these West Point cadets, and I guess there's some Annapolis cadets too hooked up in this over this OK symbol. And they got the picture here with the video, doing it in the background. This is Yahoo News. The hand gesture in which a person makes a circle connecting their pointer finger and thumb and extends to other fingers. Boy, what a complicated way of saying the OK symbol. See, the media, they don't want to say the okay sign because everybody knows it means the okay sign. The okay sign is described as this. Who wrote this? This is in Yahoo News. What story is this from originally? Business Insider. This is how they describe the okay. This is how desperate they are to tarnish our people. The hand gesture in which a person makes a circle connecting their pointer finger and thumb and extend their other fingers. Wouldn't it be easier just to say the okay sign? Well, I guess that wouldn't fit the narrative. Was added to the Anti-Defamation League's online database of hate symbols used by white supremacists and other far-right extremists in September. Spokespersons for both military academies told the Wall Street Journal they were investigating the intention of students who made the gesture. 4chan users originally adopted the OK gesture as part of a trolling campaign in which they said the shape of the hand gesture represents W and P for white power. However, the ADL said extremists eventually adopted the gesture in earnest. Oren Siegel, the director of ADL's Center on Extremism. Hey, does the ADL's Center on Extremism, do they monitor leftist extremism? Like people saying the OK gesture means white power? Oren Siegel, the director of the ADL's Center on Extremism, acknowledged the importance of understanding the context of the gesture to diagnose whether someone's intentions are meant to be hateful when it was added to the database earlier this year. In addition to meaning okay, the hand symbol has also been used in something called the circle game, in which people try to get each other to look at the gesture below their waist. Oh, that's what the last guy was talking about. While Siegel admitted the ADL was hesitant to add the gesture to the database because of the sign's long history of just meaning okay, he said the examples of it being used for hate had reached a tipping point. At this point, there is enough of a volume of use for hateful purposes that we felt it was important to add, Siegel told the Associated Press in September. Well, I got to tell you, the OK symbol being used as a hate gesture, it's being used as a hate gesture not by white supremacists, not by midshipmen or cadets at our military academies. It's being used as a gesture of hate by the left. See, what's going on here is these leftist groups, there's so little hate in this country today, except from the left. The left is consumed with hate. But there's so little hate towards these leftist groups and victim groups these days that they have to create it. Now all of a sudden, because, I mean, think about it. It started on the 4chan message board. I mean, I've never been to 4chan, but I'm familiar with it. Think about this. One guy somewhere, sitting at home probably about 2:30 in the morning, typed in on the 4chan message board that the OK sign means white power, and look at what he's done. Look at what he's done. He's created this massive hysteria over it. And, you know, the one West Point cadet behind the guy from ESPN making the OK gesture, I've seen his face singled out on Twitter. They're trying to identify him now so they can destroy his entire life. I mean, think about it. He's in West Point. You know how difficult it is to get into a military academy? Oh, my goodness. I mean, you know, the academic excellence that you have to achieve, the discipline, you have to be in physical shape. You know, getting into a military academy is more difficult than getting into one of the Ivy Leagues because there's fewer seats in the military academies. And then somehow you've got to get an appointment by a congressman on top of all of that, which is, you know, very difficult. So here they're singling out this one cadet in particular. I've seen pictures of him with his face circled on Twitter. They're trying to identify him. This guy has spent every moment from the time he entered kindergarten dedicated to academic excellence and to being the best that an American can be. And some liberal trolls, because Donald Trump got a standing ovation at the Army-Navy game, are out there to destroy this guy's life. It's disgusting. And And he decided to give his life to public service. He could, anyone that's in one of the military academies could get into any Ivy League they wanted to. They're at that level of academic excellence, right? And they choose to dedicate themselves to military service, and they're out there to destroy this person. Why? Because Trump got a standing ovation and they hate Trump. These are disgusting people on the left. Disgusting people. All right. It's time to take our break for the top of the hour. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. 1 hour down, 2 to go. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Brian Craig on YouTube. I live stream the radio show each and every morning on YouTube. Great sound, great audio. If you have a smart TV, many people send me screenshots. They watch the show on their televisions, their big screen TVs at home, or you can watch on your mobile device too. Brian Craig on YouTube. Subscribe. It's totally free. Don't let the subscription throw you off. It's free. They just call it subscribe on YouTube. So Brian Craig on YouTube. Subscribe, catch us live in high definition, streaming live over my iPhone 11 Pro each and every morning here on the radio. All right, hour number 2 begins right now. Don't go anywhere.
0.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 103.9 FM, and AM 1470. WWNN Pompano Beach is the Florida Money Talk Network.
Will reimburse payments up to a total of $1,800 based on purchase and MSRP on approved credit. Excludes tax, tag time, includes $8.99 dealer fee. Offer ends toward 31/19.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the rematch of the praise fight of the century. In this corner, the reigning 5-time champ, Toyota of Hollywood.
Hey guys, good morning.
Number 1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 for SET. And in this corner, challengers from every other manufacturer. The challengers come out swinging. But Toyota of Hollywood delivers a crushing blow by selling Toyotas at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 Camry SE, not $28,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $21,000, $12,775. Buy any new Toyota and we'll make your payments for 12 months. And Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction, and much, much more. Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan, and you will too. He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you
Welcome,
are.
everyone.
You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on the Steve Kane Show.
Hey guys, this is Kathy, Brian's wife. Last year I got Brian a MyPillow for Christmas and it was his favorite present.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, I loved MyPillow so much, I got you one and Emily one the following week. And then a few months later, I got a MyPillow pet bed for our dog Nina.
Our entire household sleeps on a MyPillow, and I have to say, a MyPillow will give you the best sleep of your life.
Botox Nay.
There's a reason the MyPillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper and you will wake up rested.
If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a MyPillow is the way to go.
And if you know someone with pets, a MyPillow pet bed is a great gift.
There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list, and they can be shipped directly to the recipient.
When you order at MyPillow.com, make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E,
That's right,
for great radio discounts like the BOGO 2-for-1 MyPillow offer. Buy one MyPillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout.
This Christmas, make it a My Pillow Christmas.
Order at mypillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879. From our house to your house. Merry Christmas.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Avoid probate with a revocable living trust. $350 for single people, $450 for married couples. When you complete your trust with attorney Barry Siegel, he will give you a $100 gift certificate to Tavolino Italian Restaurant in Coral Springs. The Siegel Law
Good
Group,
morning.
9 offices in South Florida, including Boca Raton, Plantation, and Coral Springs. Call 1-855-FLA-3782. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
The Steve Kane Show is live in Morning Drive, 6 till 9 a.m. weekdays, and overnights, midnight till 6 a.m.
Welcome, welcome.
To call the show toll free.
Yes, yes. Hour number 2 has begun, people. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Oh, man. And what an exciting year this is going to be. Straight to President Trump's victory. Oh, man, hour number 2 has begun. Steve back today. And I was talking to Steve this morning. Steve has seen the Richard Jewell movie, so we're going to get his reaction and review of that when he gets here a little later. You know, the My Pillow for Christmas, my wife and I, everybody in our house is a My Pillow person, right? I've got a My Pillow. My wife sleeps on a My Pillow. Our daughter sleeps on a My Pillow. Our dogs and cats sleep on the My Pillow pet bed. And you know, I bought one for Steve last year. Well, I guess it was the beginning of this year, right after New Year, so he could experience a My Pillow too. And, yeah, they make great Christmas gifts. And at mypillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, you get those incredible discounts you hear us talk about in the commercials. And express shipping is available at mypillow.com. You can order it fast to have everything here in time for Christmas, including the My Pillow mattress, where when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, you can get up to $400 off. So take advantage of that. Use that promo code KANE. Support the longest-running, most pro-Trump radio show in America and the most pro-Trump company in America, My Pillow. Use that promo code KANE at checkout. So they say they're going to vote on impeachment this week, which, again, I'm saying they may not have the votes. Democrats are coming out against it. More and more Democrats each and every day coming out against impeachment. I got a press release today. Yeah, well, it came yesterday, but I got it this morning. I got the email this morning. For immediate release, hundreds in Palm Beach plan to rally Tuesday, that's tomorrow, as part of nationwide demonstrations demanding Congress impeach and remove Trump. On Tuesday, December 17th at 5:30 p.m., activists from Move On and Women's March Florida, the Palm Beach County chapter, will gather outside Senator Rick Scott's office in West Palm Beach as part of the nationwide Nobody is Above the Law rallies. Yes, you know what? Donald Trump agrees that nobody is above the law. That's why Comey, Brennan, and Hillary should be in jail. Oh. The nobody is above the law rallies unless they have a D next to their name on a ballot. Or they're Comey, who they say is a Republican. That's right. That's right. Move On in Women's March, Florida, Palm Beach County chapter, will gather outside Senator Rick Scott's office in West Palm Beach as part of the nationwide Nobody is Above the Law rallies unless your name is Clinton or Comey or Brennan or Clapper or Rice. The rally will be one of hundreds of actions occurring nationwide in every single state and Washington, D.C., just like our fraud Vietnam protest of the 60s and 70s. The mobilization is part of a massive grassroots effort to ensure Congress holds Donald Trump accountable for using military aid to pressure Ukraine to interfere in our 2020 elections. I'm reading the press release from Move On. I thought the left were anti-war peaceniks. Don't they want to withhold military aid? What are we getting involved in a quagmire in Ukraine for? Protesters will demand that the House of Representatives fulfills its constitutional duty by impeaching Donald Trump, and that the Senate removes him from office for attempting to rig the 2020 elections. Congress must show that no one, including the criminal in the White House, is above the law. Again, I'm reading the press release. Activists will use hashtag not above the law to engage their communities on social media. Rally begins at 5:30. If you are a member of the media who will be covering the event, please contact this person. Okay, maybe. Oh my goodness. The nobody is above the law rally. Unless your name is Clinton. Oh my goodness. So be ready for a lot of fake news coverage about fake rallies. You know, Trump has rallies all the time. Tens of thousands attend each one. And it's amazing to me. I talked to so many people who that rally that I went to a couple of weeks back, I guess it's been 3 weeks tomorrow, the Trump rally, we didn't have to be organized. Trump just said, I'm going to be there, and we show up. We don't need hashtags. We don't need press releases. We just go. And it's amazing. I keep running into people who couldn't get in. I got in. But a lot of people went, they couldn't get in, and they didn't care. They stood outside just to be close to it. We didn't need hashtags. We didn't need some organization hauling us in there to be there. We just show up. And you know what? It happens time and time again. When someone has real support, you don't have to go around trolling for it with hashtags. You just say, we're going to be here. And they're there. That's what happens with Donald Trump. Because that's, you know, the Donald Trump rallies are true grassroots rallies and support. The Trump train is a true grassroots effort. Liberals tell you they're not grassroots. They're highly organized. And you know what? Even though they're highly organized, they fail. So they're going to have orchestrated rallies from sea to shining sea tomorrow. Watch the fake news coverage act as if there's some grassroots effort of support to remove this president from office. Oh, my goodness. I tell you. The left, all this winning, you know, enjoy the winning. It's, you know, we're never going to have a president like Donald Trump again, ever, ever, ever. Okay, so you want to enjoy this winning while we're winning. There's only 5 more years of winning. We'll get Trump's chosen successor after that, but no one will be Trump. No one. You know, when Trump finishes his 2 terms, do you think he'll still do rallies when he's the former president after his 2 terms? I think he will. I think President Trump will always do rallies and will do rallies for the rest of his life, you know, because we're here and it's a movement that goes beyond President Trump's 2 terms. That's right. And Don Jr. too, and all the rest. Oh my gosh. The nobody is above the law rally. I agree with that. Nobody should be above the law, but it seems Democrats are. Did any of you catch the Comey? You know, Comey to me doesn't look all together. I talked about this before. He looks totally crazed to me. I mean, he's Comey knows that Durham and Barr have grand juries and this criminal investigation going on, and he could very well get indicted and arrested at any moment. And he's still doing victory laps on this IG report. A normal, sane person wouldn't be doing interviews with anyone. A normal, sane person would be keeping it low. Because you know what's going to happen? You know, some of these people are going to be arrested. And it very well could be Comey could be on that list. Comey may be the highest ranking and profile person in the government who gets charged and is put on trial. And what happens in these trials, we saw this really happen in the O.J. Simpson trial, is all these interviews Comey is doing are going to be entered as evidence against him. If he's put on trial, he probably won't take the stand. So few people do. The only people who take the stand are crazy people. Crazy people take the stand, right? So when someone doesn't take the stand, like Comey or OJ, what the prosecution do is play the interviews with them and use that as testimony, and that's fair game. So keep doing interviews. And so far as Chris Wallace, they can do all the victory laps they want. I've got 1 or 2 clips from the Chris Wallace interview. Fox can tell you all day and all night that Chris Wallace did a great job and he exposed Comey. I thought it was a terminally boring, bland interview. What do you guys think about that? You saw it, the Chris Wallace interview with Comey, bland. In fact, if I didn't know it, I would think it was an interview from a year ago. It was boring. I thought it was boring too. Yeah, I agree, and I you know, maybe it's because I can't stand Chris Wallace, okay, but it's just I've seen the interview, and I went back through some clips as I was putting together my sound bites for the show today, and I just found it like boring, even to watch in soundbite form. As I pulled up 2 clips. And I'll just play the 2 I have. This is Comey talking about the false information the FBI gave to get the warrants.
Would you agree that the FISA court was also given false information by the FBI?
I think that's fair. The FBI should have included, or at least pushed to the lawyers so they could make a decision, information that you just said, things like that, another agency had not a source relationship, but some kind of contact relationship.
Okay. I want to.
Okay, and here's the second clip I have on mistakes made.
If you were still there and all of this came out and it turned out it happened on your watch, would you resign?
No, I don't think so. There were mistakes I consider more consequential than this during my tenure, and the important thing is to be transparent about it. And then
now this interview that Fox News is telling us is just you know, Edward R. Murrow, Barbara Walter. It's the big one. It's the big one. Chris Wallace. He did it. He didn't give him any pushback. If Chris Wallace would have said, well, wait a minute, James Comey, we know that your agents on 17 instances gave false information to get and have renewed FISA warrants to spy on a presidential candidate in their home and campaign offices. You're not even outraged by that? You wouldn't have fired them for using false and misleading statements to a federal judge in a FISA court? Using your agency and your power and your authority to spy on you wouldn't fire these people for that? Didn't ask any of that. Would you do it again? Were mistakes made, Director Comey? Yes, mistakes were made. Okay, moving on. Nothing to see here. I'm Chris Wallace. I hate Trump. I'm a never-Trumper. My daddy's famous, so I'm on TV. What a snooze fest. What a total snooze fest. The last time I saw an interview this disappointing on Fox News is when Megyn Kelly interviewed, who's Obama's friend that was the domestic terrorist in the Vietnam War, the college professor? Who am I talking about? You got Bill Ayers. Megyn Kelly interviewed Bill Ayers, and it was this, and I was really waiting. This was on Fox News, and people forget Bill Ayers, who was a domestic terrorist. They blew up government buildings, and Bill Ayers went free because the same FBI agent that was Deep Throat in Watergate had a wiretap without a warrant that was used to arrest Bill Ayers and Bernadine Dorn. So all the evidence was tossed out because it was an illegal warrant. Much like this FISA warrant with the 17 mistakes on it. That one should be thrown out too. But anyway, Bill Ayers, a domestic terrorist, and many believe that he ghost wrote Obama's book. He even has mentioned that on occasion, and that his family were friends with Frank Marshall Davis and Obama. It's all these things. And Megyn Kelly was set to interview Bill Ayers, first Fox News interview, so much buildup. And it was just like this interview, and it was terminally boring. Just to have an interview with a newsmaker doesn't make it important or interesting. Okay? You know, you can interview anyone, no matter how much of a newsmaker or celebrity they are. If you don't ask the important questions that's on everybody's mind with appropriate follow-up, the interview's useless. Just because you sat down with James Comey or you sat down with Bill Ayers doesn't mean it was a great interview, Fox News, Chris Wallace, and all the rest over there, telling us how great the interview was. You know, Comey is a disgrace, and the FBI agents under him, Strzok, for example, they're a disgrace too. Not the whole FBI, the Washington Political Bureau part of it, or chapter of it, or whatever you want to call it. You could interview O.J. Simpson, right after the acquittal, and the interview would be worthless unless you really went into him for it. Boom, boom, boom. It does, you know. So Fox News can celebrate all day and all night and tell us that Chris Wallace he should get an award for this interview, and he asked the question. He did not. He might as well be Chris Wallace's interview, in my opinion, he might as well be, and I'll throw this out to you. What do you guys think? Because I know you've seen the interview, or at least the clips of it. 1-888-GO, KANE 1. My take on it, excuse me, is that Chris Wallace might as well be a member of the Comey defense team. He might as well be the media consultant for the Comey defense team, right? When he's being prosecuted by Durham, if that happens. Would you do it again? I'd do it again. Okay, moving on. Next question. Were mistakes made? Yeah, mistakes were made. Okay, next question. Well, wait a minute. This wasn't just a mistake. Here we are in the Inspector General's... if I were, you told the Inspector General that shortly before the inauguration of President Trump, you briefed Obama on the wiretap at Trump Tower. What was President Obama's response when you told him that you had a wiretap on the home and campaign offices of the President-elect of the United States? I didn't hear that from Chris Wallace. Did you? Please. All right, 1-888-GO, KANE 1. It's 21 minutes after 7. I'm Brian Craig. We'll take our break. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. We'll be right back.
Right now, the U.S. is in the midst of a deadly opioid epidemic. In South Florida alone, someone suffers an overdose every 2 hours, either from heroin, fentanyl, or some other prescription medication that's as close as the family medicine cabinet. In fact, Mom and Dad's medicine cabinet is frequently the gateway to the horrors of hardcore addiction down the road. Drug problems left unattended are only going to get worse. This is not something you can do on your own. You need expert professional help, and if your family is disintegrating in front of your eyes and you feel helpless, I'm here to tell you that help is available. Call my good friend Sal at the Edge Recovery, 561 area code 523-4325. This is his personal cell phone, 561-523-4325. If your loved one refuses treatment, the Edge Recovery will conduct an intervention and get them into the treatment plan that they need. The Edge Recovery offers every option, from intervention to 30-day rehab to sober living to counseling with a licensed therapist, as well as group therapy treatment. It's covered by most insurance, but no matter what your situation is, the Edge Recovery has options for you. Call Sal at the Edge Recovery. Do it today. 561 area code 523-4325. Again, that's Sal's personal cell phone. 561-523-4325.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities. I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve Kane listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks, liposuction, and much, much more. Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan, and you will too. He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You
That's
can
right.
Contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
All right, welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. You know, Cully in the chat room on Facebook Live, he was talking about the record stock market during all this impeachment BS. If it was even remotely possible that the president would be removed from office, the stock market would be tanking. You've got the most pro-business president in the history of the presidency, probably. And, you know, the stock market's based on a lot of things, including future expectations of all the different business sectors. And the stock market is telling us that they believe President Trump is going to continue to be president for the next 5 years. That's why it's going so well. Got some updates on that Trump kid who was battered on the bus by a black gang of 8, or was it 9, last week. We'll get to that in just a moment. Let's talk to conservative Doug. You're on the radio, Doug.
Good morning, good morning. You know, so much to talk. You know, first of all, you know, Fox won't put on the name, I believe there's a whistleblower, Eric Camarello or something.
Yeah.
And the Senate can say, no, thank you, goodbye. Same thing they could do with an impeachment.
Well, McConnell said that's not true. McConnell said that on a lot of things, the Senate doesn't have to take it up, that the House, but this they have to, he said. Anyway, appreciate the call, Doug. You know, I want to get into this update. Last week, there were 2 physical assaults made on children, Trump-supporting children, one in school and one on the school bus. Talked about these a lot last week. I just want to recap them because there's an update on the school bus incident, a pretty big one. Now, the first one was a 16-year-old girl was physically assaulted by a male school teacher. I talked about that at the beginning of last week. She wore to school on her shirt, on her chest, she had a button that said, Women for Trump. Her male teacher told her to take it off. He put one hand on her shoulder, the other over her chest, ripped the button off her shirt, and then put it on his clothing upside down. That's a physical assault. He put hands on a female student. What a creep. The second one was a brutal physical attack. A 14-year-old child was assaulted by a group. I don't remember if it was 8 or 9 black students assaulted this 14-year-old white boy on a school bus. He was wearing a Trump MAGA hat, and they beat the tar out of him. He was hospitalized. And let me play you the audio of the school beating. This is it. Now, that screaming girl is not George Zimmerman. It's people on the bus. But this white boy, 14 years old, little boy, doesn't even look like he's gone through puberty yet, wore a Trump hat to school, and he was actually assaulted twice that day. Earlier in the day, the kids poured milk on his head. On the school bus, this girl rips him out of his seat and starts beating on him. He doesn't even hit back. He's a little kid. He's scared. He's trying to block. The girl throws him down, and a group of 8 or 9 black students start pounding him with the bottoms of their fist. He was hospitalized, and it's pretty brutal video. Still not on television. Television, they're saying, well, they're minors. That didn't stop them with the Covington Catholic schoolboys, did it? Now, you know, there's all this talk about the West Point cadet with the OK sign, meaning white power in their mind. That's all over the place. But these 2 stories of the Trump-supporting children being assaulted in the safe place of school in a school bus, nowhere to be seen. There's an update on the kid on the school bus. This is in the Western Journal. Very good conservative online publication, westernjournal.com. Here's the story. Despite appalling video evidence, officials say the brutal pummeling of a young pro-Trump boy does not meet the criteria of a hate crime. The savage beating spread like wildfire as conservatives and even liberals were shocked by it. While the mother claims the brutality was over her son's support of President Donald Trump, officials have only given those behind the attack a virtual slap on the wrist with misdemeanor charges. They put the kid in the hospital. And so far as hate crime, you can see the rage and anger by these kids. I would say at the very least, it's a racial hate crime. I think a lot of it was racially motivated. Racist black students attacking this little white boy. An investigation has been conducted, and this is in Florida, Hamilton County, Florida, which is very north in Florida, I believe along the Georgia border. An investigation has been conducted. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office wrote on Facebook, and Hamilton County Sheriff's Office has filed charges on 5 juveniles for first-degree misdemeanor battery. It's not even assault. The Sheriff's Office said, we discussed charges with the state attorney's office. They stated that the incident does not meet the criteria for a hate crime. While officials say the brutality does not constitute a hate crime, the victim's mother alleges the shocking violence all stems from her son's choice to wear a pro-Trump hat. He wore it to school, the mother wrote in her son's hat, but due to immediate bullying, he put it away. That was the milk on the top of the head, and he didn't wear it to school again. Sadly, the damage was already done. He was now a target. From that point on, he was steadily getting messed with. He was getting hit, tripped, and verbally abused on the bus. But it all came to a head on his bus ride home. The superintendent of Hamilton County School District released a statement on the attack Friday, dismissing it as an altercation between students, instead of labeling it what it appeared to be on the video, a group ganging up on a single boy at the back of the school bus, which is what it was. What did he call it? He called it an altercation? Has he even seen the video? The school district's investigation found no evidence that the boy's pro-Trump had caused the ruthless attack. The incident began with a verbal altercation between 2 students that escalated when additional students became involved, the superintendent said. In addition to the video that was posted online, which was recorded by a student, the school district reviewed the bus video, which depicted not only the altercation, but all events prior and its conclusion. Well, show that to us then. According to officials and other sources, this story is more than just the viral video posted to Twitter. School officials may have had access to other videos, like one that shows the victim standing on a bus seat and striking other kids while he's being attacked by a group of 8 or 9. What's he supposed to do? Just sit there and take the beating? Let me tell you, this stinks. And I got to tell you that this is in Florida, and it's up in the Panhandle area. Governor Ron DeSantis needs to get our Attorney General involved in this. I wish Pam Bondi was still the Attorney General of Florida. Then we'd get to there needs to be a state investigation of this incident. And for that matter, maybe it should go up to Barr. This beating video is one of the most brutal beatings I have seen make it to the social media of a child under attack on a school. A school bus is a safe space, just like the school itself. It's an extension of the school. And this kid was beaten pretty badly. At the very least, it was racially motivated. And these kids that are beating him are bigger than him, and you can just see the rage in these kids that are attacking him. And he wasn't doing a damn thing. They ripped him out of the seat and started beating on him. And so far as him hitting back, it's supposed to do just take the beating? See, you know, when minorities attack a white kid like this, or liberals attack a Trump person, the way that the media handle it, the way that the left handle it, is if the person deserved it. Well, you know, why is he wearing Trump gear? Why is he white? It's got to make up for the 400 years of oppression or whatever the line is. And I'd like to know, let me look up what's this, Hamilton County, Florida? Let's see if we can find out the sheriff's office. Hamilton County, Florida sheriff. I wonder if they're a Democrat. I wonder if they are a Democrat. I'll see if I can find out during the break. It's hard. Are there Democrats up in that part of Florida? I'll look for it during the break. Let's see here. Hamilton County Sheriff bio. Let me see if it tells us what his political affiliation is. Let's see here. It doesn't tell us whether or not the sheriff is a Democrat. I'll see if I can find out during the break, because I've never heard of something like this. I mean, at misdemeanor charges, they put the kid in the hospital, and this story's gotten national attention. So this story is not going to go away. The parents already have an attorney. You know, the thing with you know, hate crimes. Conservatives were opposed to hate crimes, all right, when that was being discussed as legislation. The left are the ones that push this. It's the law now. It's been law for a couple of decades now. And when they pushed for hate crime laws, they thought it was going to be white people being prosecuted for committing crimes against minorities. And you find time and time again there were hate crimes committed. Look at these attacks on Jews in New York that happened by gangs on occasion. Very little press coverage. Not only very little press coverage, not only very little press coverage, it's almost whitewashed right out of the, oh, well, you know, why are they walking the streets at night? You see this with this girl that was murdered by the 13-year-old kid up in New York. Look what they tried to do to her. Oh, she was out in the park to buy weed. Well, that means that she should have been killed? All right, let's take our break. 37 minutes after 7. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be back right after this.
Suffer with diabetes. Did you know there's a 25% chance that you will develop a foot ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences.
I can't find the political affiliation of the sheriff.
Now, Medicare recognizes the importance of preventative foot care and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware, but as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic shoes with 3 custom inserts per year. These are not the ugly Frankenstein shoes. These are name brand shoes. They're stylish. They'll provide you with the extra width and extra depth to stop diabetic foot problems before they begin. Oftentimes, amputation due to diabetes is preventable.
Says Republican.
And one of the preventable measures that is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's TheSoulAuthority.com. SOLEauthority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
So you've been told you need a medical test. What are you going to have to pay? Health test can be very expensive if you go to your doctor's office or to one of the big labs. It can cost you hundreds of dollars. Sometimes I haven't had tests because of the cost. Then I discovered Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, where they guarantee the lowest prices on all of their thousands of lab tests. Any Lab Test Now of Plantation's goal is to save you money and get you in and out in 15 minutes or less. At Any Lab Test Now of Plantation, you never need an appointment. You can walk right in and have one of their thousands of tests done for just a fraction of what the big labs or your doctor's office charges. Give them a call, 954-916-1072. 954-916-1072. Tell them what test you need, and they will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-916-1072. Any Lab Test Now in Plantation is located in the Jacaranda Plaza. That's the public shopping center in Plantation, just west of University Drive, on the north side of Sunrise Boulevard. Any Lab Test Now in Plantation, private and affordable lab testing. 954-916-1072.
This is Steve Kane. When it comes to looking your best, sometimes you need a little extra help. Dr. Nathan at the Nathan Clinic is a renowned plastic surgeon here in South Florida who will bring out your most beautiful self. Dr. Nathan, highly skilled, knows how to reveal your inner beauty and make you look your absolute best. He's a board-certified plastic surgeon. People come from miles around just because of his extraordinary skills and his caring bedside manner. Dr. Nathan performs breast augmentations, facelifts, Botox, tummy tucks.
Good morning, everyone. Make sure you subscribe.
Visit his website. Read the testimonials from his patients. They love Dr. Nathan, and you will too. He has years of experience and impressive credentials that make Dr. Nathan the only plastic surgeon you need visit. He'll advise you and tell you the best course of action so that you will always remain true to who you are. You can contact Dr. Nathan for a no-charge consultation by calling 305 area code 680-5121. That's area code 305-680-5121 or online at drnathan.com. Tell him you heard it on The Steve Kane Show.
Listen to The Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name's Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. The most pro-Donald Trump radio show in America. I promise you that you will never hear me criticize Donald Trump. Never. I will never. Brian, you won't have credibility. It's Monday. You gotta criticize him on Tuesday so people know. What has Trump done that he needs me to criticize him for? And even if he did something, and I'm not saying that he did, he's got enough people criticizing me. I'm going to enjoy the next 5 years of winning. You know, Starbucks. Here it is. Starbucks. This is USA Today. Starbucks apologizes for third anti-police incident in 6 months. This time in California. Starbucks hates cops. That's no doubt about that. Starbucks, I'm drinking a Starbucks coffee right now. The people that work at Starbucks are entitled snowflake, pajama boy millennials wearing their beanies in Florida. Okay? You know, Mike Nesmith from the Monkees wore the beanie out in California all the time. Sometimes, it's so funny, I was, here in Florida, it's pretty hot here in Florida, and I see these snowflake millennial guys wearing their beanies, which are winter caps. I used to wear those when I was a kid in the snow up in Ohio, wearing these winter caps in the Florida heat in the summer. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. But listen. For the first, can't speak, I know. For the third time in less than 6 months, Starbucks is facing allegations of mistreating law enforcement officers. The Seattle-based chain issued an apology this weekend after 2 sheriff's deputies at a Starbucks in Riverside County, California, said they were ignored at a store and left after waiting for around 5 minutes, possibly more. Sheriff Chad Bianco called attention to the episode on Friday when he tweeted from his office's account saying, 2 of our deputies were refused service at Starbucks. The anti-police culture reportedly displayed by Starbucks employees must end. In a video posted on Facebook, the sheriff said the deputies were laughed at and were completely ignored because they were in uniform. Quite honestly, that's just not acceptable. Starbucks spokesman Reggie Borges said it was inexcusable for the deputies to receive this kind of treatment. We're deeply sorry. We've reached out to the sheriff to apologize. It goes on. No one should be refused service, blah, blah, blah. The employees in question will not be scheduled to work until an investigation is conducted. Starbucks declined to discuss the increasing number of incidents of this nature at Starbucks outlets. In late November, the police chief in Kiefer, Oklahoma said that one of his officers was given cups labeled pig instead of his name when he picked up the coffee for the town's 911 dispatchers at the local Starbucks. The company apologized for that too. My personal experience with Starbucks employees is they are the rudest, nastiest group of people in the food service retail business I have ever encountered. They are just, they're snowflake millennials. They're all pissed off and entitled, and these baristas and baristas are nasty. My daughter worked at Starbucks for a while, and she left. And she left because the workers were just nasty. Nasty. Not the customers. The workers are nasty. And my daughter left Starbucks because of that. And they're rude to each other, too, she told me. And it's just bizarre. And I've had a couple of incidents at the local Starbucks that I go to that shows you what they're all about. And I just mentioned them to you quickly. One, my wife and I were in Starbucks. And we don't go to Starbucks very often together. I go to Starbucks because I do like the coffee. I get the blonde Americano, and I get the coffee. I'm a coffee addict. It's my crack. But my wife and I are in the Starbucks in our neighborhood, and my wife and I were always, if you follow me on social media, I'm always taking pictures, I'm taking video, I'm doing all this stuff all the time. And my wife and I are videoing ourselves, sitting down there, waiting for our overpriced coffee. And the Starbucks manager, she's like 24 years old, all her millennial clothes. She says, "Excuse me, what are you filming?" And she said it just like that. "What are you filming? What are you recording?" Imagine, we're customers, mind you, And we told her, "Well, we're uncomfortable," she said. This is what she said. "We're uncomfortable with you recording." Well, excuse the hell out of me. I mean, when have you ever been in a restaurant or a retail store, which is what Starbucks is, and the customers were there to make the employees comfortable? I thought the customers were always right. If you go to a lot of places, they don't call you customers, they call you guests, right? If you go to pretty much any retail store, you go to Best Buy, you go to Target, you're not a customer, you're a guest. And of course, guests you treat well. But apparently at Starbucks, the workers think that as customers, we are to make them comfortable, not them make us comfortable. I've never heard of such a thing. And then I had this one incident. This one I know I talked about on the air. I'll mention it again quickly, and then we'll break. This was also recent. At one of the local Starbucks, they have a guy who self-identifies as a woman working there. And I get the same thing every time I go to Starbucks. Blonde Americano. So that's what I get every time. And I go in, and it was either a Saturday or a Sunday. I can't remember, because it was early on the weekend. I had to wait for them to open, and they open at 6 on the weekend. So it was either Saturday or Sunday. So I get there, and I didn't know they opened at 6. I figured they opened at 5 or 5:30, but they don't open till 6. And I'm the first customer, and I go in there, and the transgendered Starbucks worker takes my order. And I say blonde Americano. And they tell me that they're out of blonde Americano. I said, "Really?" They said, "We've been out of it for weeks. Now, blonde is like the most popular coffee at Starbucks. I don't know what the preferred pronoun is, so I'm using they. So they told, they all have preferred pronouns at Starbucks too, all the workers. They do. And I had just bought the blonde Americano the day before at the same establishment and bought it there 3 or 4 times in the last week. Oh, we've been out of it for weeks. I knew they were lying. Now, this is what I couldn't figure. Were they lying because they were too lazy to make it? Were they lying because they're just liars like Hillary Clinton? I don't know. And as opposed to ordering something else, I left because it could be my Trump hat, which was probably what it was. And I didn't order anything else. And the reason I didn't order anything else is if I have someone whose preferred pronoun, I'm not sure what the hell it is, if I have someone who's preparing the coffee for me that I'm going to consume in my body, and they're lying to me that they don't have what I ordered, and I order something and they have it, I don't trust them to handle my drink. So I didn't order and I just left, because I didn't trust them. But the culture at Starbucks is, I've seen this before, okay? I've seen this before. When you get these entitled, spoiled snowflake millennials who think customers are supposed to make them happy, and, these are tolerant snowflake liberals, they just shouldn't be working in the food service or customer service industry. They don't have the personality for it. I don't buy Starbucks every day. I buy it maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Because I'm addicted to coffee because of the hours that I work is crazy, I've been addicted to coffee since I was 18 years old. When I got out of high school and started working full-time, I started drinking coffee, and I've been hooked on it ever since. I can't handle the withdrawals for the migraines and all of that stuff. I've tried to give it up so many times without success. All right, let's take our last break of the first hour. If you're on hold, stand by. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve KANE Show, on the radio since 1977. My name's Brian Craig. It's 7:51. We'll take a break and be back. Don't go anywhere.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental
Steve
Care.
KANE Show.
I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve KANE listeners. I had 2 cavities. I needed a crown on top and a crown on the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday because Brighton Dental has Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money. And I will be a patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your teeth. Brighton Dental gives Steve KANE listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
This is Brian Craig. I've been telling you about the great deals and incredible customer service at Friendly Tire on both new tires and used tires. One of our listeners, Antonio, went to Friendly Tire and called to share with us his experience of buying used tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Good morning, you're on the radio.
Hey, yes, Brian, I want to give you a quick testimony about the tire place up in Margate, Friendly Tire. Friendly Tire is everything you said it would be, man. I went up there and
Here it
got
is,
some,
Starbucks.
and when I went up there, man, he was very courteous. My whole family's going for that, man. Everything you said it was going to be, man. I appreciate you for that, man. And Mike's a great guy, man.
Well, what's your name?
Antonio.
All right, Antonio. Hey, I'm glad we could save you and your family lots of money on tires at Friendly Tire.
Oh, no doubt, man. Thanks so much, man.
Do what Antonio did. Stop into Friendly Tire and find incredible deals on both new and used tires. Give Friendly Mike a call right now. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. And Mike will give you a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445 for Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hey guys, this is Kathy, Brian's wife. Last year I got Brian a MyPillow for Christmas and it was his favorite present.
That's right, Kathy. In fact, I loved MyPillow so much, I got you one and Emily one the following week. And then a few months later, I got a MyPillow pet bed for
It's
our
not
dog,
nasty.
Nina.
Our entire household
Overpriced,
sleeps on a
I give you.
MyPillow, and I have to say, a MyPillow will give you the best sleep of your life.
It's not just height. There's a reason the MyPillow is so popular. It will actually help you sleep deeper and you will wake up rested.
If you're looking for the perfect gift for someone you care about, a MyPillow is the way to go.
And if you know someone with pets, a MyPillow pet bed is a great gift.
There are so many awesome products at MyPillow.com. You're bound to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list, and they can be shipped directly to the recipient.
When you order at MyPillow.com, make sure to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for great radio discounts like the BOGO 2-for-1 MyPillow offer. Buy one MyPillow and get the second one for free when you use the promo code KANE. And pet beds, just $19.99 when you use the promo code KANE at checkout.
This Christmas, make it a MyPillow Christmas.
Order at MyPillow.com or call 1-800-716.
Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, guys.
From our house to your house. Merry Christmas.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWE.
Yeah, and don't forget, express shipping available at MyPillow.com. Use that promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, for all of those great savings. And express shipping is available, so you can get the MyPillow product that you order. You can get it fast. And also, don't forget, you can send it directly to the recipient, which is a lot of times we do that for stuff, too. All right, let's go to the phones. Richie, the bus driver, good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to throw something at you.
Okay.
To a Starbucks, and I don't go in there too often, but when I go in there, I get the stench of liberalism. Not just from the workers, but from the people that are sitting around in there with their Apple computer.
Yes.
Okay? And you just see it. And talking about Apple computers, I get the same stench when I go into an Apple store. All those workers and all those people that are in that store, it's the same crap. It's the up-and-coming yuppie. Unfortunately, Brian, you're one of the guys that buys the Apple products for your business and everything. But I've gone on YouTube and I've watched a lot of videos. The most overpriced yuppie product in the world is Apple products. They overprice them, and they got it where it's sort of like the Rolex of watches. Everyone wants a Rolex. Everyone wants an Apple computer. They've managed
You're out of your mind,
to
Eddie.
get a niche where they got people killing each other to get an Apple computer, an Apple.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not hype. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yes. 10 cents. Well, I'll tell you, okay, I use Apple computer. I've got my Apple MacBook Pro right here in my hand. The reason that, there's a couple of reasons why it's not hype with Apple. When I buy, I have to use computers for every minute of every day that for my work. When I buy the non-Apple computers, the PCs, the Windows computers, the usual life expectancy of any Windows computer I've ever had is 2 years. And then I got to buy a new one, and all these problems.
Take drive. So your drive is the thing that usually goes on a computer.